Welcome to Cam Look, your dose of the Cincinnati Art Museum. Each week, a staff member or volunteer will be sharing an object from the museum's collection and posing questions for discussion. Check out our YouTube channel for all past Cam Looks. My name is Erin Carmichael Morgan, and I'm the coordinator of the Rosenthal Education Center at the Cincinnati Art Museum. Today, I will be sharing Planes of Light, Roma No. 2 by Nancy Genn. Nancy Genn is an American artist living and working in Berkeley, California, and is best known for her works through a variety of media, including paintings, bronze, sculpture, printmaking, and handmade paper rooted in the Japanese washi paper making tradition. Born in 1929, Genn grew up in San Francisco, California, with her painter mother, who was active in the San Francisco Women Artists Organization and helped to foster Genn's early, lifelong interest in art. Much of her childhood was rooted in the Bay Area, surrounded by fog, water, and later the urban architecture that would contribute to her airy, abstract, artistic style. Genn was one of the first American artists to express herself through handmade paper. First receiving recognition through exhibitions at the Susan Caldwell Gallery in New York beginning in 1977, Genn would also contribute to traveling exhibitions with artists Robert Rosenberg and Sam Francis. By the late 1970s, Nancy Genn would be supported by the National Endowment for the Arts and Japan Creative Arts Fellowship, where she studied paper making in Japan and visited local paper craftspeople working in Shikenjo Studio in Saitama Prefecture and exhibiting her work in Tokyo. Genn's work is often recognized for the layering and dimensionality of her paperworks, achieved through her original tearing technique known as the Genn method. Beginning in 1989, Genn shifted her artistic focus and began the Planes of Light series. This series of abstract, layered, and light-filled paintings and works on paper were inspired by architecture and sacred spaces in Rome, Italy. Like the piece we see here, Planes of Light, Roma No. 2, the rest of the series uses asymmetrical abstract planes to incorporate fragments of maps and undecipherable scripts while suggesting architectonic spaces. Planes of Light, Roma No. 2 is an example of a significant shift in Genn's work toward a structured, layered abstraction of space. As we look at Planes of Light, Roma No. 2, we can see Genn's attention to the different layers of her work. Like the others of this series, Genn's work can be described as contemplative, exploring light as it hits the different layers and paper material. As we look closer at this piece, we can see the rough textures of the paper. Handmade paper is often made by soaking, blending, and straining paper scraps into a type of pulp, which is then scooped with a mold and screen frame, pressed, and left out to dry. This process compresses the paper into sheets and creates a rough texture from the paper pulp scraps. As we look at this piece, we can see color variations, indicating that the light hits the paper in different ways and literally depicts contrasts in the planes of light. In addition to the texture of the paper sheets, we can also see the edges of the paper are not perfectly straight, but rather are roughly hewn. This organic style, common in handmade paper, feels like a direct connection to Genn's method of tearing paper and layering various layers of paper on top of one another. What stands out the most to you as you look at Planes of Light, Roma No. 2 by Nancy Genn? Do you think this piece reflects a sacred space like you'd see in Italy? Why or why not? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for joining me today for Cam Look, and we'll see you next time.